Live from the One Button Studio, Amir Mansour, Bryce Weisholtz, Michael Vetter. We are between the 20s, excited to break down some sports for you today. Gentlemen, this morning I got to the train station, looking to make my way. Actually, not this morning. Back in high school, I got on the platform waiting for my train. I forgot that at my high school there'd be like once in every little while the day would start an hour later. I forgot. I forgot. It was you were supposed to sleep in.
Not surprised.
I forgot. I'm standing on the platform. You know what I was, gentlemen?
I'm not sure, Mike. What were you?
I was way too early. And so with that,
And it was great, wasn't it?
no, it was kind of annoying. It was very annoying. It's of course me. I was operating like 4.5, 6 hours sleep, somewhere in that range. Not great.
That's like
not great.
standard for you. That's like
That's
double your
average.
average.
I know.
Yeah.
So with that, we are continuing our way too early fantasy football series. Moving on to our top 15 wide receiver rankings. That's what we're going to be discussing today. Might not get to the later ones. We'll see how we're doing on time. What these guys think. What's the fuel in the fire today?
Yeah, if we drag it on, it'll be a top 10.
That's fair.
And we always drag it on, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a snide comment in me, but
No, it's on all of us.
it's on all of us.
And all of us
Mostly.
are part of this pod. Everyone's responsibility to keep on time.
This is true. This is true.
Even Mike. Keep going.
Special Mike.
So with that, we are going to start at the top of the list. We're not like those other sites that start with 25 and they work their way up. No,
I don't
no,
know, that kind of builds up the hype.
We start right at the top.
I think everyone knows the number one receiver is going to be.
That's true.
We start
were
right at the top
consensus.
here. Number one, we have Tyreek Hill. Out of no, I'm just kidding, gentlemen. It is
Good one,
it is
Mike.
Michael Thomas,
Great one.
the what do you win? Offensive Player of the
He
Year
did
this
win
year.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Despite Bryce saying it was Christian
Should've
McCaffrey,
been
And then he had no shot, and he wasn't in the
didn't get a
discussion.
shot.
Bryce is still saying that it's Christian McCaffrey.
It
I
is
think.
Christian McCaffrey. Go Charlotte.
And who won MVP?
We're not going to talk about that.
Big trust.
Bryce hates Lamar Jackson. So yes,
Yeah,
number
what
one
was
is
that?
Michael Thomas. Any comments from you guys?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Machine.
is there anything else?
Drew Brees just mentioned recently he's coming back, so...
Yep.
It's a big question mark.
Running it back, fully loaded.
I'm not
Honestly, might end up being worse with Drew Brees. Who knows?
Worse than...
Bridgewater might be better.
They were going to go with Taysom Hill. No, they're not going to give Teddy big money,
Someone's going to give Teddy big money.
but it's not going to be the Saints, so...
I don't know.
He's
Drew
spectacular.
Brees, another year on the aging curve. I think you might have to be a little bit more skeptical of Michael Thomas. I don't think it's necessarily...
Michael Thomas is like 80% on bad balls.
I know, but that doesn't seem very... That seems like something that should regress. I know for 2 years it's been up there, but I feel like that's something that should regress.
So, why don't you have the guts to bring him lower than 1?
Because I agree that he's number one. I'm not saying
Okay,
that...
he's number 1.
I'm saying
Locked
that,
and loaded.
I'm saying
Move
that
on.
you have to think about these flaws
Next.
before just labeling number one. Number two, Bryce. Bryce and I agree actually with DeAndre Hopkins. Amir takes a different route. He goes with a Green Bay Packer, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I have DeAndre Hopkins just at 3, so I'm not too far off.
I know,
you
but
guys.
I still don't
Ryan
like
Adams
this.
at
I
3.
still don't like this.
Why not?
I don't think that Devontae Adams is that good.
Why? He's wearing one. Just out of curiosity here.
What?
What? To play devil's advocate, because I have Nuke.
I don't think
have
he's that
Nuke
good,
at
is it? I don't think he should be a number 2.
Oh my
I
God.
have Nuke at 2. Right? So just
Who?
Nuke Hopkins.
Nuke Hopkins?
DeAndre
What?
Hopkins.
What is
That's
his
his
nickname?
name.
You watch football?
You've never
No,
heard
it's
this?
not. His name is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh my God! Google it right now.
No, it's not.
Google it right now.
Just to play devil's advocate. He's playing with a better quarterback. Rodgers is a better
I
quarterback.
think that's his
than Deshaun
Instagram
Watson is.
handle. I think it's at Nuke.
It might be.
Okay.
He's playing in a okay division, right? He's got the Bears, which are good, but then the Lions and the Vikings against the pass were brutal last year. Adams is the top target on his team. In fact, Adams doesn't even the Texans have a better number 2 receiver than the Packers do, which is Will Fuller. But that being said, I think DeAndre Hopkins is the number 2 guy. He's just spectacular.
Look, you can't go wrong with either of these guys. I get
Exactly.
it,
This
but
is a toss-up.
I don't know. I just like
Oh
like-
God, he's breaking out the sheet.
he's bringing up the numbers. I
Give
don't
me
know.
1
I
second,
think
John.
Aaron Rodgers had kind of a down year. It's weird to say because he had a great year, but he had some bit of a down year.
You
And
put
I
him
think
at second. You're the one who put him at Devontae Adams at second.
yeah, and so this year's gonna come back, and he was great last
you
year.
think-
He's gonna
you
be
think-
even better this
You
year.
think that there's a positive regression in
Oh,
the works
yes.
for
I think-
Aaron Rodgers?
I think they're gonna. I mean,
could be.
another year with Matt LaFleur in this offense. I like it.
I mean, the only concern about this toss-up is that you're talking about the Packers have a good running game with, I was going to say Aaron Jones. That is the only concern. DeAndre Hopkins, of course, is DeAndre Hopkins, and no offense, Mike, but Carlos Hyde is not Aaron Jones.
All right, so here are my two arguments. I don't know where my spreadsheet went for the wide receivers. It's
Darn.
somewhere on the way. Don't worry, Mike. It'll be back for tight ends. But here's what I'm thinking. DeAndre Hopkins plays 8 games in warmer weather than Devontae Adams. His quarterback is entering his prime.
He's in a dome.
Exactly.
Well, it's also in Houston, so it is warmer weather.
You're not wrong.
Continue.
And I was actually watching a bunch of the old Super Bowl halftime performances over the weekend. Lady Gaga has propelled down from the top of NRG Stadium.
That was pretty good. Big fan of that one.
This is the first time I saw that. I did not watch.
You didn't watch
halftime
halftime
that year,
Oh,
no.
man.
So those two factors, I think you can expect some progression from Rodgers, and I also think that Green Bay can get
You
get
think he's
colder.
gonna
Also,
negatively regress?
yeah, I think
Regress.
aging curve.
He's
You
still
and the
he's still
aging
young.
curve.
He's still in his 30s, man.
Well, let's think.
Wait.
Let's think
The aging
divisionally
curve,
even
man.
a little bit more. All right.
It's just the Bears.
Yeah.
You got the Bears. They're a tough defense. The Lions have a defensive head coach. Always the potential.
Yeah,
for,
he gave up 41 in the Super Bowl to Nick Foles. What a great defensive coach.
The argument is almost moot because both these guys are defense proof, basically.
Yeah.
defense proof.
Yeah.
Let's be real for a
Of
second.
course.
We're arguing over number two and
I'm
number
I'm
three.
gonna knife myself here, but what did the Ravens do to the Texans?
What?
3 points? 10 points? What was
I
that?
don't
They
remember.
freaking shut
What
them down.
did Chiefs do to the Titans do to the Ravens?
That's true.
No,
we're
no,
talking
yeah,
about
you're
the
arguing
Texans
about their
played
quarterback
against
being
a good
yeah.
defense and got shut
Look,
down.
that's you know what, that's fair. But honestly, this argument's kind of moot. We're talking about two and three. You cannot
It's
go wrong with
preference.
I
all
know,
of
but
these.
it's
If you're in your draft, flip a coin at this point, or just take a running back, which is probably what I would do.
Yeah, absolutely take a running back.
Depends.
I don't think
who's on
either
the
one.
board.
Receiver, I think is just too deep. Where I can get Kenny Galladay in the third round.
Why are you taking running?
Depends on who's on the board. I don't know.
I guess, but
Yeah.
put it this way: don't expect one of these guys to come around next round.
That's not gonna happen. But unless you
Um,
have back-to-back picks, in which case you'll have another chance.
in which case, they might still be there if you don't pick them. Always the opportunity for a glitch. Then our consensus number 4 is who's this Jones guy?
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones
guy.
guy.
This Jones guy.
I'm thinking Aaron Jones. You know, you taking Aaron Jones over Julio? Is Julio the best Jones in this draft?
No.
Aaron.
I like Aaron Jones better than Julio Jones.
I think Aaron Jones is first round pick. I do. Said that in the-
I
said that in the
don't know
running
about
back
that
show.
one. I don't know about that one. We'll get into that one a little bit later. This is way too early, but
Way too early.
yeah, I mean, Julio Jones is he's always consistent. He always gets like 15 plus 100 yards every year. The only problem with him has been touchdowns.
Touchdowns.
And Austin Hooper's probably going to leave in free agency.
Boston
which is
Hooper
going to
leaves,
help.
and yeah, he'll get more red zone targets, but I don't know.
Most of News gone too.
I should also say I have
He's
him.
been gone. He was gone last year.
I know,
He didn't
but
really have
he's
a
still
great
gone.
touchdown.
I have him at 5.
Yeah.
I have Mike Evans at 3. I think I really like what's going on down there from a fantasy perspective in Tampa Bay. I think that passing offense can't buy enough of, and I just question the regression with Aaron Rodgers next year. I think Aaron Rodgers is fantastic.
Wait,
Why are we talking about Aaron Rodgers?
because
We're talking about Julio Jones.
because I have Mike Evans ahead of Devontae.
So you have
Adams.
Devontae Adams and Julio Jones below Mike Evans.
That is bold.
That's a hot take, especially
That
because
is
we
bold.
don't know who's going to be the quarterback in Tampa Bay next year.
Not to mention, Bruce Arians already come out and said he wants to lean more on the running game.
I
like
don't
Mike
believe
Evans. Yeah.
I don't think Ronald Jones is very
who's
good.
Who's
What if
gonna run
O.J.
that?
Howard comes back, boys?
And they run with O.J. Howard?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? No.
I don't know. Mike Evans, to me, he's so boomer bust. And that's my only thing with him. He'll give you 180 and 3 scores or 20 yards.
Yeah, Mike Evans fits into this this second tier wide receiver. We're kind of talking about it a little bit, but
Yeah.
Evans and then
Well, I think he's in the first tier.
That's
we
you,
disagree.
but to me,
I'm just
it's like
saying, I think he's in the first.
Evans, Godwin, Cooper, Hill, which are the next set of guys. They all kind of go together. They're all, for the most part, boomer bust. Godwin's got a little higher floor than the rest
Godwin's
of them.
got a good floor.
Evans,
yeah.
Evans can, he can just do damage. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of, is that what you want of your wide receiver 1?
I think if Jameis comes back, then I do like Evans over Godwin. I ranked him just one spot higher.
Yeah, I think I did
with
too.
Jameis back.
No, I did not. I ranked Godwin at 5.
Jameis
and
is just
Evans at 6.
oh man, so good for fantasy teams, man. Just such a prime fantasy quarterback. He can support 2 top 10 wide receivers, which he did this past year, and if he comes back to Tampa Bay, same offense, I think he's going to do it again. I think both Evans and Godwin are good. I have Hill above both of them, actually, just because Patrick Mahomes is on another level. That offense is on another level. Of course, they just won the Super Bowl, so that's kind of how it falls for me.
Interesting. I have Hill a little bit deeper. I have Hill at 8. He's number 6 overall. So I guess moving from Evans to Hill.
I
Sorry to steal your thunder a little bit.
Nope. Some thunder stolen, but yeah.
My thing with
We are
Tyreek
now
Hill.
rainstorm and nothing more.
My thing with Tyreek Hill. Same thing I said with Mike Evans. He's so boomer bust.
Yeah.
I just don't know, and he's the number 2 target on his team.
Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
I mean, you and Godwin's the same thing, so. And you have him at
I know.
5, so.
Well, Godwin's number 1. Evans is number 2.
That's a hot take.
But to be fair, Tyreek Hill is number 2 receiver on his number 2 pass
catcher.
Pass catcher.
Yeah.
Let's be real for a
there's a
second. Travis
difference.
Kelsey's not a blocker. Travis Kelsey is Travis Kelsey is a receiver.
I'm not arguing that. No, he's a tight end.
But for all intents and purposes, he's a receiver.
He plays wide.
Like Evan Ingram.
No, but he's not lining up out wide. You have Mike Evans.
They did line him
and Chris
out wide.
Godwin
Have you watched the Super Bowl? They lined him out wide a couple times.
a couple times.
Yeah.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are usually
Chris Godwin's a slot guy.
All right,
so,
he's in the slot.
So you're
slot
right.
outside. I feel that
So,
they're both wide receivers. I think that
Okay.
there's
No,
less of a diversity
I guess I get
argument
that.
with,
I get
with
that.
Tyreek.
I don't know. The thing with Tyreek,
I'm sure that of those 4 gentlemen, Travis Kelsey has the slowest 40 time.
probably,
I don't know,
probably,
maybe.
this is the biggest of all of them for sure.
Yeah, big boy.
It's like me.
I don't know. Tyreek Hill. If you remember from the initial show that we did, our very first episode,
Way back.
Way back.
Tune into 2 hours.
Yeah, another 2 hours of us spewing.
I wasn't particularly big on Tyreek Hill. I've never really been big on Tyreek Hill. As much as I love the Chief offense, and you have to buy into the Chief offense, my number 1 receiver, I want at least a little bit of floor. That's a personal thing that I have. If you can get a guy like a Tyler Lockett as a wide receiver too, by all means, take Tyreek Hill.
What?
Lockett is a wide receiver too.
By all,
You have him as a wide receiver too.
or like
do.
DJ or like DJ Moore. By all means, take Tyreek Hill as your wide receiver 1, but you got to take your high floor receiver 2.
I don't know. Tyreek Hill's a beast. I used to
I'm
think
not
like
arguing
you.
that. I still have him
I
at 8.
used to
That's
think
why I'm
like
at 8.
you, and then he's actually won me over these past couple years. I
I
think 2 years in a row he's been good. The only problem with him is potentially off the field issues, but looks like he was cleared of those and is past that. So
Certainly better than Antonio Brown.
I don't know, man. AB's making a comeback, boys.
Moving on, we have Godwin. We discussed.
He's in my top 10.
8. Number 9. I'm a fan of Kenny Galladay.
Oh, we're just skipping over Cooper?
Let's get over to Amari Cooper.
Oh, we skipped over Cooper. My bad.
Number
Amari
8.
Cooper is number 8. Excuse me. I was so excited to see
Yeah.
Galladay. Amari Cooper's at 8.
Biggest thing with Cooper is just, I guess if he stays and if Dak stays, I think this is a
Yep.
great place for him. Low end wide receiver 1. If he moves, depends on what situation and what quarterback he's got, but I think no matter what he'll be a solid guy.
He'll be fine.
He's always
Just
been good.
remember what you're getting. You are getting Amari Cooper, who is at times a question mark.
Also
That's
remember,
just who he is as a player.
offense is changing now.
More thorough.
Who's that?
McCarthy.
Yeah.
McCarthy's
But
McCarthy
they get the same offensive coordinator.
But I'm just saying.
And Kellen Moore.
Kellen
has
Moore,
turned
and
that
they were the
around.
best offense in terms of yards in the league last year.
I'm just saying that there's the potential for change.
Why would
Just-
they change it if they were the best?
Mike McCarthy's also more of an aired out guy instead of.
I'm just exactly.
That's good.
Just making
That's
these.
better for Amari Cooper. So,
So,
if anything, you should be
Cooper,
higher.
we'll see what happens, but
Yeah.
there is stuff.
I
to
wasn't
come.
worried. I was just saying
No,
something
but
to
yeah,
consider.
something to
Something to
think about.
consider.
Yeah,
Something to think about. The Giants have the new offensive coordinator as well.
Yeah, Jason Garrett.
Great. I don't see the Giants on
Whoa.
any of this list.
No, but we were talking Cowboys.
So,
That's where it came in.
so
Because Jason Garrett is the ex-Cowboys coach. For those.
Don't forget Freddie Kitchens, the tight ends coach.
That's true. Yes. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Making some real good
Yeah, big,
personnel and staff changes.
good time to be a
in New
Giants
York.
fan.
We're going to end up taking, like, Jedrick Wills.
Oh man.
Price is doing his draft prep already.
Yep.
I am doing
It's-
that.
Anyway, number 9, I have Kenny Galladay. Or excuse me. Kenny Galladay is the consensus. I have him at 8, which is the lowest of these guys. How are you feeling about KG?
KG is Kevin Garnett, my guy. Kenny Galladay, I like him. I have him between you guys. You have him at 8, you have him at 10. He's a big touchdown guy, so he has the potential to regress. Although he did do really well with Jeff Driscoll and with a full season of Matt Stafford, which we are expecting next year. I think he's going to be just fine. I think he's a good player. He was drafted like mid-late teens last year in terms of wide receivers, and so he made a jump after a good season. So I don't know. I like him around this between like 9 and 12. Yeah.
I love Kenny Ashley. I have him at 10, but for the player that he is, I actually like him a lot. I had an Uber driver. Very, very into Kenny Galladay. Talking about Kenny Galladay a lot. That was
Where?
after I made it. On the way to O'Hare. Yeah. He
We're
went
in
to,
Chicago. Remember?
he went to NIU
Yeah.
with him.
That's cool.
So-
That's cool.
Talking about Kenny Galladay a lot. I do like Kenny Galladay. To me, he's a consummate professional. A little different from like Odell Beckham, who's next on his list.
Yep.
My main concern with Kenny is, Amir, you mentioned it, touchdown regression.
Yep.
I don't expect it to change too much, and he is a more sophisticated guy than, say, like Mike Williams, who really runs one route.
Yep. Big go
You
route.
met,
Hail Mary.
but the only other issue is, you mentioned Matthew Stafford. He is supposed to stay, but there have been rumors they're going to flip him for a first-round pick and take Tua or Herbert at 3rd overall.
It'd be
Fine by
it'd be
me.
so
Tua's
helpful
Tua's
if
great.
we found these things out before the
We
season.
would, and we will.
We will.
So why do you have him at 8?
This is.
You have him highest
way
out of
too-
the 3.
I'm a big
Where
fan
are
of
you at?
Kenny Galladay. I
Yeah.
think that he has a lot of upside in that Lions offense. I think he has more upside than a lot of the players we've named so far, to be honest.
Totally disagree, but okay.
Then a few, a select few of the players that we've named so far, to be totally honest. I think his floor is
One.
relatively lower.
You think he has a lower floor but a higher ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I like his floor actually. I think he's going to regress from
He'll
last year,
give
but I
you
still
like
think he's got a
4
solid
for, he'll
floor,
give
yeah.
you like 3 for 50 at a bare minimum. Which
I mean, just think
awesome.
about a lot of the games last year. Marvin Jones vultured a lot of touchdowns.
He did.
Marvin Jones had like a couple,
It's true.
four, three,
I think
four
he had
touchdown
2
games,
4 touchdown games.
which is insane. That's not going to happen again next year. So.
Marvin Jones owners, big ups.
I think we that
People
the
who
week
remember
he
to
had
start
4
Marvin Jones, even bigger
Yeah.
ups.
The week he had 4,
We said
we
don't
all
start
said
him.
sit him.
We said don't play him, so shows how much we know.
Anyway, moving on to the number 10 consensus, Odell Beckham. Bryce is going to be the advocate at 8. You have him
Yeah, you got
ranked
him
at
I have him at 9.
Yeah, 9 right
9.
I have him at 9. I mean, look,
Like
how
he's
much
the
worse
last
could it
one.
really have gotten for him?
Yeah,
that's my
what I'm
question.
thinking.
He's
lot.
still
Disagree.
not really.
No,
he's
not really.
still.
He's
I
still
think
on the field.
I think he's the most
He
athletic.
barely. He was injured. Keep going.
He's the most athletic receiver in football. Just what he does is otherworldly in terms of his athleticism. He'll develop a better rapport with Baker Mayfield. It couldn't get worse.
That's true.
I think the Browns are going to gel a little bit better with no Freddie Kitchens. So I'm banking on some positive regression here. Odell Beckham hit the end zone twice. Like, let's be real for a second. Even in, let's say he replicates next year as being just about as bad as this year, he's still going to put up 1,000 yards and hopefully like 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Still better than this year. It cannot get worse, and he's still an elite football player. So you're banking on who he is as a football player.
I know why you're saying that about Freddie Kitchens, though. Pittsburgh started it.
The shirt. Myles Garrett reinstated.
Yeah. Oh man, stop.
Plus they have, what's his name? Kevin Stefanski, right?
Yeah.
Kevin
Kevin
Stefanski.
Stefanski's a good offense coordinator. He showed that.
That they
that's
really
it.
passed the ball a lot there in Minnesota.
That's the main issue because they do have Nick Chubb.
They did. And Nick Chubb is going to be a beast.
And Kareem
He's gonna
Hunt
be
is
awesome.
the back.
Nick Chubb's going to be awesome.
So they're going to run every down? No. You have Odell Beckham Jr., you have Jarvis
They're
Landry.
not the Ravens.
And you have Baker Mayfield. I think they're going to be better. That's it.
They can't be worse.
It's so hard to be worse than they were last year. I owned Odell Beckham Jr. It was horrible. And it's so hard to get worse than what happened last time that I just can't see it.
I-
No,
You're just
let's
you're
test
banking
this.
on him as a
No,
football
let me
player.
talk
That's what
about
you're
his injury
banking
for a
on.
second. Odell came into the season with a sports hernia, which is a core injury that eliminates all of your explosiveness. A ton of former players have been saying this. Most notably, Ray Lewis talked about his core injury. No explosion. Some leg injuries, some arm injuries. You still have your explosiveness. You still get that power off the ground and off the line. But if you're hurt from your core, you lose all your strength, and that's kind of what we saw from Odell. You didn't get the jump.
Thank God we have a medical opinion here.
Hey,
Dr. Mansour.
He'll have it back. He's gonna be fully healthy going into next year, and
He'll be
it's not
fine.
gonna be that
He'll
bad.
be fine. I think he'll be fine. If you're taking him as a low-end wide receiver 1, we have him at wide receiver 10.
Yeah.
That's a 3rd-round draft pick, 4th-round draft pick. That is unbelievable value for a player of Odell Beckham's caliber.
All right, Bryce.
He's been going top 5 receivers the last
All right,
3
Mike.
years.
What do you think?
Bryce.
We know you're about to tear him a new one.
Right
'cause you
now,
hated the-
no.
You hated the Browns before we started, and now you
Bryce,
just gotta
Bryce,
stick on
your
the
draft.
haterade.
It's draft night, and Bryce is picking his team.
Mm-hmm.
Odell Beckham
Or
and DJ Moore are on the board.
it's going to depend on who my wide receiver 1 is.
They should be your wide receiver 1 at this point.
Oh.
Depending on I guess who else you
And
pick.
it's going to depend on
You
a
have 2
lot
running
of
backs,
things.
no covariance. So no, they're not on the same team. 0 covariance.
All right. You want to talk about what I would do right now? Like right now.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause your rankings
Your draft is
indicate-
right now.
Right now I'm taking Odell Beckham Jr. That's how I
me
have
too.
him ranked.
Yep,
Alright.
I'm drafting Odell, clearly.
I love
I'm
DJ
definitely-
Moore.
I'm definitely
DJ,
picking
DJ Moore's my
Odell Beckham.
number one breakout candidate to like go into the top 5 this
Top
year.
five.
But so much of this is going to be. Ask me again in August. I
When
know
was
it's
the
not
last
what
time
you
a
want to hear.
Panthers wide receiver was in the top 10?
Steve
Or was
Smith.
he in the top 5?
Steve Smith?
Was he in the top 5?
Probably. He was
What is?
awesome.
I mean, why do you? Why are you hating on him because of his team?
Because I just don't think
New
the
coach,
Panthers
Matt
system.
Rule. Matt Rule. It's completely new system. Completely new system.
Anyway, I have Odell Beckham Jr. at number 15.
My God,
I'm not a
too
big
low.
fan
It's
of
too
Odell
low.
Beckham.
It's
I mean, if
too
this
low.
season indicated anything, it's that he doesn't want to be on the Browns anymore.
Neither did. What's
Why
the
makes you
difference?
say that?
If he's
The fact that he told all the
team.
teams at the end of the season, "Hey, I'm looking for a new team."
No, they didn't want to be with Freddie Kitchens. He loves Jarvis Landry. They're like best friends. Went to the college
They are
together.
best
friends. I know.
Best friends. They're
That
still
shows you
there.
how bad he wanted out.
Jarvis said he wanted out too. But now they're both going to be together. It's going to be fine. You're hating on him too much.
He's playing for the
He's
Browns.
still
It doesn't
elite.
matter if he doesn't want to play. He's going to play for them, and he's going to be good because it's Odell Beckham Jr. I'm telling you.
It may be in warm-ups.
I think
No,
getting away
he's
from
a machine at warm-ups.
Getting away from Freddie Kitchens is the best possible thing that could have happened to him. The only issue is you're talking about a good defensive division outside of Cincinnati. Pittsburgh is unreal in the secondary,
Yeah.
and Baltimore too. But they finished third in their division. They're gonna have a light schedule,
Man, I like the Browns.
and I think they'll play the NFC East. I do think they play the NFC East.
Oh,
this
so
year.
we have Freddie Kitchens rematch.
I'm pretty sure.
Freddie
I'm pretty sure they play the
Kitchens.
NFC East this year.
Oh man.
Next we have DJ Moore, our quaffing friend. Hit on him already.
I love DJ Moore. Love DJ Moore.
How did Kyle Allen get on this list, or is it Josh?
Keenan.
I'm just kidding. Keenan Allen.
Good one, Mike.
Keenan Allen at
That's
12.
a knee slapper.
New
Let's
quarterback.
throw the ball to
New
Keenan Allen
quarterback.
anyway.
Justin Herbert. They're gonna
Yeah,
trade up. Justin
Tyrod
Herbert.
Taylor? Who knows?
Oh God.
Now we'll get.
Tom Brady.
I don't like the hater rate on Tyrod Taylor either. He's a solid
We all
quarterback.
really do
He
have.
brought the Bills to the playoffs for the first time in like a million years. That was pretty solid.
Despite not having a.
A what? You all right there, Mike? Mike is broken right now. Mike's
Despite our not having a set quarterback, we all have Keenan Allen really around the exact same place.
He's gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
12,
Middle of the back,
13, and
middle of the
11.
back.
He is. Keenan Allen's that guy. You want to talk about floor? He's a floor guy.
Yeah. The only
Especially in
thing
PPR
with,
formats.
with this is they might move more towards the run, especially if Melvin Gordon resigns. It does not look like
I
he
don't
will, but
think
if
he
he
will.
does, with him and Austin Eckler, I think they'll lean more towards the run, especially with a new quarterback, unless they get like Tom Brady
Probably.
or
Look, I would love if Melvin
James
Gordon
Winston
didn't
or something.
resign
Yeah.
because then Austin Eckler is going to be a top 10 running back.
Yeah.
And then 13 slot, we have a little bit of disagreement, courtesy of yours truly.
yeah.
I have Juju Smith-Schuster at 10.
So you've pretty much flipped Juju and Odell.
Yeah.
From what we were saying.
Yeah.
Total flip. So what makes you say that?
So Juju Smith-Schuster was...
So we okay. Just go. I'm
Okay,
gonna
alright.
destroy you later.
No. Here's how I think of this. Beginning of this season, I think the consensus would be to draft Odell Beckham over Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, last year.
No, this year.
The beginning of this season.
Oh.
Wait,
Last
the beginning
draft.
of this past season.
Yeah.
Yes, last
yeah,
draft.
yeah. Oh, okay.
You agree with that?
absolutely. Odell Beckham
You
was
agree
in
with that?
everyone's top,
Okay.
top 5.
So far, what evidence have we had for these players? Juju Smith-Schuster, jury is absolutely out after this season. Ben Roethlisberger was out. The offense was not gelling. Mason Rudolph was not a viable option. Neither was the other guy that they brought in.
Okay.
Duck.
Duck.
Duck Hodges, quack.
Quack, quack.
I don't know how you can say jury's out. I mean, you know what he does.
No, because
with
he was
Ben.
supposed to be a wide receiver 1, replacing Antonio Brown basically in that offense. And that's what I was excited about. So,
Yeah.
but he can still be that. Odell Beckham, all we've seen is the most disastrous season potentially in the history of NFL wide receivers.
Oh, come on! That is the biggest exaggeration I've ever
All right,
heard.
maybe that's a little bit of an
Come
exaggeration.
on! 900 yards. What? That is blasphemous. That's crazy.
A hugely disappointing season
That's
from
fair.
Odell Beckham.
And Juju.
But Juju,
So,
but
okay.
with reason for Juju.
But with reason for Odell.
This Freddie Kitchens reason is not.
Why? He
course
was the
it's
coach.
his
He was
system.
the head of the offense because he was the offensive coordinator
I know, but
last year.
I do not like that. I don't think you can play
Why?
ball on Freddie
Why?
Kitchens.
It's
Because
his
I just
system.
don't think.
It's Kitchens' system that failed them. Baker was
Why are you
among the most
apologizing for
accurate quarterbacks in
Freddie
the league
Kitchens?
2
Do you think
years
he's
ago.
still the coach of the Browns?
I think he was a little bit of a quick exit.
Oh,
on Freddie
come
Kitchens,
on.
But
Are you freaking kidding me?
Did you see what Odell did with Eli? Like, I could wipe my ass and throw, and in like tissue could throw better than passes than Eli.
But honestly, Odell Beckham Jr.'s head is now, his ego is way too inflated.
Who cares?
To the point where
Randy Moss had an inflated ego, and Terrell Owens had an inflated ego. Those are second and third best wide receivers in NFL history.
Yeah, but I question whether his ego comes before him at this point.
It
So
did for
what?
Terrell. So what? If he produces on the field, it doesn't matter.
No, but that's the thing. I think that he may be at the point
So
where...
you think his ego? You think last year the main reason Odell was not good was because of his ego?
I think it definitely...
Wow.
But guys,
Wow.
don't expect much of him in the last half minute of halves, really, because he's getting oxygen back in. He's exhausted because he's run up and down the field yelling at Freddie Kitchens.
Except
Not anymore.
they
Not
were
running
not on
routes.
offense. So why would he be? Why does it matter if he's on the field or not? Juju had an injury, so he might be susceptible to injuries as a number one option. getting
Odell
more
Beckham
work.
has missed more games with trigger injury.
Not
last
this past year. So are we only talking about last year? Or are we going to take the whole career
Continue.
into
Odell's also been in the
consideration?
league for longer.
Juju Smith-Schuster is getting a quarterback that is aging, trying to take your
Okay.
mindset.
Yeah, sure.
Aging coming off of an elbow injury.
Really, his first injury, too, so we don't know how Ben's going to
Severe
come
elbow
back.
injury. The offense was horrible last year. James Conner was injured in and out. James Conner is probably going to
Do you not trust Mike Tomlin in a passing offense more than Kevin Stefanski?
I think Mike Tomlin's a defensive coach, so no.
Still, but you think
No.
he's going to let this offense...
He
You're
did
talking
last
about-
year.
You're talking about Kevin Stefanski, who led... Kevin Stefanski not only... Yes.
Kirk Cousins
Yes,
was,
very
was an
running back.
MVP candidate at some point this year. He was really
Kev-
close.
Kevin
He should have made the Pro
Stefanski-
Bowl over Aaron Rodgers last year.
Kevin Stefanski, yes. Number, 2 rushing offense. That was the nature of the team. Sure.
How did Stephon Diggs' owners feel for the
Kirk-
first 5 weeks of the season?
What about after?
Yeah.
First 5 weeks of the season?
Why are you so focused on?
Because you're going 5 in that fantasy team if you drafted Stephon Diggs this year.
I was 2-3.
0-5. How bad is your team if one guy tanks you like that? Especially a second round
Cousins-
pick guy.
Kirk Cousins was in the top 5 most accurate quarterbacks in the league. And now you're talking about Baker Mayfield, who was the most accurate quarterback
Coming out
in
of
college. Kevin Stefanski is going to be good for Baker. He's going to reinstitute a new kind of culture, a Mike Zimmer-esque culture that the Browns desperately need.
The Browns offense is going to look a lot like the Vikings offense did last year.
I think so.
Power running guy, just a really good running back. Offensive weapons all over the place. I like the Browns.
And
I
explosive
Odell
passing
much
game.
better than Juju
Explosive
Smith-Schuster.
passing game. Stephon Diggs was explosive last year.
He was.
Explosive.
I question.
Some
Of
may
course
even
you
say
do.
electric.
Of course you do.
Anyway, Tyler Lockett is the next player we have on this list. Bryce might have to take an ice bath. Tyler Lockett is the next player. No surprise here. I disagree with the
Of
other
course
two.
you do. You were such a hater,
You
man.
absolutely-
Tyler Lockett
idiot.
did not make my top 15 wide
How?
receivers
How?
because I just don't like what
He
goes
is
on
playing.
in Seattle
He's
with this
playing with a top
passing
3.
offense.
He's playing with a top 3 quarterback in the league.
I disagreed with that
Oh.
as well, I think, right?
Whoa.
Did I, what, in our quarterback rankings, did
No,
I,
I'm not saying
no,
fantasy.
no,
I'm
okay,
just saying
okay,
as
okay,
a
in
quarterback.
terms of quarterbacking.
the answer, by the way, was yes, I did have him ranked lower than
That's
So
fine,
did I.
whatever, but we all did.
Yes.
Anyway, Russell Wilson's a
He's
great
a top
great
3 quarterback in the league.
Number one
All
option.
3 of their running backs got hurt at the end of last year. We don't know how they're going to look.
I think they'll be back. Maybe not.
They'll be fine. They'll probably be fine, but who knows?
Rashad Penny tore his ACL. That's a severe injury. But Chris
Carson
Carson
will
is
be
going to be
fine.
totally fine for training.
But still, you're talking about the running backs. They get hurt. Sure. Russell Wilson's now shown 3 years in a row that he can throw touchdowns at 8% or better.
He's a
Unreal.
legitimate.
It's
Touchdown
unreal what he
machine.
does. DK Metcalf runs completely different routes from Tyler Lockett.
Yes.
There's no cannibalization
a
there.
different route.
The only issue is that they just took in Greg Olsen. That's the only issue because it's going to take touchdown targets away.
They had Will
But it's
Disley
gonna
last year.
But it's going to compete more with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Greg Olsen will. Tyler Lockett is a wide receiver 1.
Whoa, really?
I mean, I have him 12.
Well,
That's
I
wide
have
receiver one.
him
Amar's not used to these
top
12-team
tier wide
leagues.
receiver 2. What?
You're not used to these 12-team leagues.
No, I'm not. Top tier wide receiver 2. I had him on my fantasy team last year, and he was great. He was a very consistent option for a lot of the season. He was top 10. He was great. I had nothing bad to say about Tyler Lockett. He's actually one of the more consistent guys, I think, on this list. He's got a high
awesome.
floor.
He's awesome.
He's got a high floor.
You know he's going to pull 6. He's going to pull 10 targets every game. He'll rein in 6 to 8. And it's going to be for like 100 yards, and he'll probably find the end zone the way Russell Wilson does.
Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett, when Russell Wilson throws to Tyler Lockett, he has that's the best passer rating in NFL history between a quarterback and wide receiver.
Let's also look at this division here.
That's
Let's-
better than
Yeah, and it's still
Tom Brady
like
and Randy
more,
Moss.
it's still fringe top 10.
But the efficiency is there, and it's going to stay there.
You're paying for floor. You're paying for floor. Because if you get Tyler Lockett, it gives you the freedom to take a guy like Stephon Diggs and wide receiver 2. Stephon Diggs, Tyler Lockett, and Keenan Allen are guys that give you freedom to take risk later in the draft.
That's fair. But I still like Juju better. I think Juju is...
To each their own.
I think Juju...
They're close, but I don't know.
And then rounding out our top 15, we have Adam Thielen, whose offensive coordinator has left to coach the aforementioned Browns.
Look, you're talking about a guy who got hurt a lot. Kirk Cousins is great. We don't know how the offense is going to change without Kevin Stefanski.
Yep.
He's the best route runner in football. That's got to count for something.
I have him at 11, actually. I have him higher than both.
Yeah, you
both
like
guys.
him a lot. I think he's going to be solid like usual. He's actually I think he's a floor guy. But I think the departure of Kevin Stefanski and the promotion of Gary Kubiak's actually a big deal because Gary Kubiak's a running guy.
You can't get any more running than the first 6 weeks of last season.
I think he's going to do that the whole season, actually. I think next year we could see a lot of Dalvin Cook. If he plays, he might hold out. Actually, he's looking for a contract extension. But
Alexander Madison, then. All over Alexander Madison.
Wherever Gary Kubiak has gone, his running back and their run game on that team has been amazing.
You mean C.J. Anderson good.
With the Broncos.
Texans, Aaron Foster.
Aaron Foster with the Texans. He's been great. I think their running game is going to be a lot better. I think that dropped Thielen a little bit down, but I think his safety and this offense, it's just a good offense. I think I like him there.
Kirk Cousins is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
He is a Pro Bowl.
He should have been. I think he should have been over in the Pro Bowl over Aaron Rodgers. I think he had a better season.
Was he not in the Pro Bowl?
He was in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
He was in the Pro
He
Bowl.
replaced somebody then because he wasn't picked originally.
Everybody in the NFL is in the
I think he
Pro Bowl.
replaced
Drew Brees.
That's wrong.
maybe.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
And Jimmy G did not make the Pro Bowl.
No.
He didn't make the Pro Bowl?
Why would
No.
Jimmy G make the Pro Bowl?
Because he led it 14-2.
So?
Was it 14-2?
So?
No, he didn't. Nick Bosa did.
The offense, the running game, and the defense did.
Tevin Coleman did.
But yes, I'm a little higher on Adam Thielen. These guys, take that as you will. That concludes our way too early wide receiver preview. We have been Between the 20s. Check us out on all the usual sources. But till then, till next time, we've been Between the 20s.